Hello everyone and welcome to Music, Marriage, and Motherhood. I'm Hannah Adikari and today I want to talk about something called hitting pause. Sometimes we can feel like life as we used to know it has come to a screeching halt, either in our relationships, hobbies that used to bring us joy, or maybe even our jobs, which is the case for me. Today I want to talk about the art of viewing these halts in life as only hitting pause. What if instead of viewing life changes as when you stopped, we can view them as a rest period until we hit play once again? Music, Marriage, and Motherhood, Season 1, Episode 3, Hitting Pause. Music by Hannah Adikari. Piano selections from On the Spot, the Proverbs 31 Woman. So, welcome again. This is episode 3, Hitting Pause. Quick life update. I had my baby. It's been a little while. And the same week that I decided I was going to record my October podcast, which is this same exact script, I had my son. So I kind of skipped over October for that reason. I'm feeding him right now, so if you can hear little singing or hummings, that's our son. He loves to sing while he's eating. I guess it's his happy time. So he's safe and sound and already an entire month old. Life has just been moving along, and I'm trying to give him as much of my time as possible. And with that being said, I have already quit teaching piano full time. And once he was born, I ended up not really having time to compose or practice piano or just play for fun like I normally did. It's just been a huge life change, of course, right? So I was always doing something. Either I was in school, in high school, I was doing sports, I was doing summer camps, competitions, that sort of thing. I graduated and immediately went into undergrad, doing this, that, and everything regarding music for my degree. Then once I graduated with my bachelor's, I just immediately continued on teaching and went full-time teaching. And now I have my son, and that's all I'm doing. I jokingly told my husband that once we move, you better either get me a dog or give me a child, because I'm going to go out of my mind with boredom. And now that I'm actually living it, we haven't moved yet, but I have my son, and I'm definitely thinking to myself, wow, yeah, I am not going out of my mind in boredom. There's plenty to do for him. But, from sucking his snot, changing his diapers, feeding him every 2 to 3 hours, making sure he's happy and healthy, all of those things keep me busy, but it's not the same busy that I'm used to. I'm used to busy in music, busy in relationship, busy with my husband and doing things with him. So this is a completely different life, and of course it's going to be, right? Because I've never been a parent before, and my husband has never been a parent before, so it's going to be different. But truth be told, I am completely scared out of my mind to have to take care of another human being. The second he came out, Biraj and I were just relieved that he was healthy and that the birth had gone well. Maybe another time I can talk about my experience through giving birth to our son, but right now we're just talking about how scary it is. Okay, so look, if y'all are judging me right now, then just know that until you've had a kid, I guess you don't understand. I've heard that my whole life, but it really is true. It's completely just another otherworldly kind of feeling. There's a little person who depends on me and my husband for everything, and if we do something or make a mistake, he kind of pays for it, which is, hopefully you're not trying to make mistakes, but you do have to give yourself some grace and all. But but that's kind of the thing. You're responsible for this person, and if I'm being honest, half of me is in complete wonder and amazement that he's really ours and we can watch him grow and guide him in life, and then the other half is that fear of doing something I'm not really good at because I've never done it before, which is being a parent. And Lord willing, I can continue to grow in that respect for myself, and just let God guide me and not be so scared. But right now, that's where I'm at. But getting to our title, hitting pause, where does all of that come in? Well, I talked about how I'm used to being busy, but not this kind of busy. And I talked about that little joke I made about, well, I'm either having a kid or having a dog, right? And there's Bihan just kind of making some noise. So where does hitting pause come in? And this is where we kind of go back in time a little bit to October, when a large part of me had to hit a stop, or what felt like a stop. 2 weeks before I had Bihan, we had my last student recital, and after that recital, that was kind of like the big hurrah. I stopped teaching piano in my local area. And it didn't really hit me until the second week that I had stopped teaching that my days weren't really full of schedules and activities and, relationships that I had for years and years. It just wasn't full of that anymore. And I just kind of felt like I was on vacation. It didn't really hit me. And then all of a sudden I had Bihan 2 weeks later. And it was so quick of a transition that I didn't really have much time to kind of contemplate it as much as I thought. But now that it's been almost 2 months, I can kind of talk more on it. And I'm kind of glad that I had that time to reflect. Granted, being a parent is all about sacrificing your time and your energy for your child's benefit, right? Especially in the first year. And I knew that in the back of my head and talked about this with my husband, and that's largely why we decided that I would stop teaching in the first place, so I could give my son that time in his first year, and that my husband couldn't do that because he had to be working, and right now he's still working as a nurse. So don't come for me, okay? I'm not saying that you have to stay home and quit your job to take care of your kids correctly. I'm just saying that whether you're a new parent who chooses to continue working or doesn't, you are still sacrificing a lot to take care of that child. And my husband and I just decided that he would continue working and I would stay at home because I can. Because my job is very flexible in that way. I can choose, whether or not to stop and start. So that's just what works for our family, and what we decided. But all that being said, I knew for me, I would need to give up my teaching time, my teaching job, in order to take care of Bihan the way I wanted to. I knew that I couldn't be 100% in on my studio if I wanted to be 100% in taking care of my son. It was just like a no-brainer for me. I knew myself, and I knew that I give everything into all that I do, and I just wouldn't have been able to do that for my studio or for my son, and I would have hated to have that conflict. I just knew it wouldn't work for me. So there was a large part of myself that I was giving up when I had Bihan, and it felt like I was hitting the stop button. any life change, it feels like that sometimes, right? Like you're moving to a new area and you feel like you're stopping your life where you were, you're ending or starting a new relationship, and you feel like, everything is different. And for us, having a child, it felt like hitting stop somewhere and starting somewhere else. And this is kind of what I thought in the beginning, but after I've had that, these almost 2 months to reflect, I realized I was growing deeper and deeper into despair the more I thought that way, because when I thought to myself, I'm hitting stop, I immediately would get something like, what am I going to do now? Like, what if I can never have this exact experience again because I'm stopping it? What I have is pretty great. Why can't, what if this doesn't happen again? Just really deep thoughts that I couldn't really get myself out of once I started thinking in that way. And God spoke to me through my husband pretty quickly after having all of these thoughts. The day of my last student recital, I was relaying some of my feelings to him about, being scared and being sad that this is my last recital and how I have to stop doing this now and it's going to be sad. I'm really excited for our son, but I'm also really sad, all of that, just venting about it. And he very quickly said, yes, Hannah, this is your last recital. And part of me was like, oh, gee, thanks. You're not really helping me. But then he kept going, right? So don't ever stop if you've got, big things to say to your wife. Anyway, he said, yes, Hannah, this is your last recital, but only here, where we are right now. It's not forever. And hearing that kind of like woke me up a little bit out of my tantrum, out of my sympathetic thoughts I was having. And he said, you have to believe that you're bigger than where we are right now. And I've always had a vision of you doing something bigger than just teaching piano, and that eventually God will give you something even more than what you had here. You have to believe that. He just kept saying that. You have to believe that, Hannah. And and of course I'm going to start crying because I'm all postpartum emotional. But it just really touched me because it got me thinking that he's right as usual. He's always right. And it just drives me nuts that this is the last one, but only here. It's not forever. And heck, no matter how old you are, there's always bigger opportunities than the ones you're leaving. So long as you believe and work for what can be better. And that's where the whole pause button comes in. After that conversation, it just really settled into me like, oh my gosh, this isn't it. I'm hitting pause. This is not a stop button. And when I think about how I haven't taught anyone piano in a while, I haven't had any lessons, I haven't, goodness gracious, I haven't even had a real practice session in a while at the piano, and my mind starts racing that I'll never have it that good than when I had it before, while I had my full-time studio. And I remind myself now, like, of what Biraj said to me, that I'm just hitting pause. This isn't forever. And for now, my focus is our son. And goodness knows I even struggle to find time to do the things I love right now, just because, he needs me so much. But there's something so beautiful in that too, that all of my time can be dedicated to this little person, and he can experience life and start growing and becoming the person that God has him to be. And my life revolves around that right now, and that's okay, because right now I'm hitting play with my son. And I didn't stop all the stuff that I'm not doing anymore, or I'm not doing right now, I should say, because I've paused it. It's only paused, and I'm gonna hit play soon, right? And so what are some ways that I implement implemented this pause ideology, I definitely had to implement it with my husband. So if you're thinking of relationships, right? Like love languages and relationships, I am a very acts of service kind of gal, quality time kind of person. So I would always like find small things to cheer him up. I would clean up the house, or don't let me lie if Biraj hear this, I would clean up certain parts of the house. I would make him like little treats or fun things. I would try to make the meals exciting and fun, make things that I knew he enjoyed. And that that really brought me joy, that I could show my love to him that way. But now, like, I'm just not doing much besides breastfeeding Beyond almost constantly, and my energy level is completely different right now. I literally have enough time just to take care of my proper hygiene, and then I'm right back to feeding him again, right? So Biraj has really had to change the way his day goes, and he's done everything. Like, if he's listening to this, I am so proud of you, baby, because man, he is just cooking every single meal. He's learned how to cook a few things that I used to cook, and he's, just doing everything around the house, laundry, cleaning, keeping up with things. Even when I'm sleeping and Bihan needs a diaper change or, something like that, he'll do those things for me and for Bihan. And I'm just so proud of him, the way he has stepped up and done that for us, because I absolutely can't right now. And that just kind of made me realize, like, we are on the same team, and right now the roles are just shifted, and my attention is shifted to my son right now. And it's kind of hard for me because I've had to hit pause on the way that I feel like I show him love. But I just take little moments out of the day to tell him how much I am thankful for him, or thank you so much for doing that for me, or Bihan is so lucky to have you as his dad, we're so lucky to have you. Just doing as much as I can verbally, because I can't really do anything physically right now. And I just tell myself that I'm hitting pause on our hour-long conversations, hitting pause on making his meals every day, or cleaning, doing things just right, like how I want. I'm just hitting pause on all of those things. There's Bihan again. And I know that one day, someday soon, our relationship's gonna just blossom into a new parenthood, and we're gonna find a new normal and new ways to show each other that we love each other. And I just can't wait to see how that looks when we hit play again. It's gonna be beautiful, and it's gonna come a lot quicker than I think. That idea just helped me so much by realizing the hitting pause idea, because once I had Bihan, I immediately knew I was hitting pause with my job and my hobby of practicing and playing piano. So then I could apply it to that relationship with Biraj, because I wasn't really expecting that our relationship was going to change that much. I know, naive Hannah, okay? I was expecting things would be kind of similar, but they're not. And I just was so glad that I already was thinking about hitting pause, then hitting play sometime in the future. So everything that regards music that I'm so used to being involved in every single day, it's all on pause right now. My playing in concerts, and my composing, teaching, education, trying to keep up with my website, keeping up with my YouTube channel, those things, like, it's all on pause. And like I said earlier, I'm even struggling to just have a normal practice session right now. But someday soon, much sooner than I want it to be, baby boy Bihan is just going to be growing and growing, and he's going to be old enough soon that I can start performing again, and I can hit play. And then he'll keep growing, and we'll have longer naps and, more of a schedule, and I'll be able to hit play on composing again and hit play on practicing and enjoying my playing, enjoying my music. I'll be able to all too quickly start working again. I'll be able to hit play before I know it. And when I focus on that, gosh, I just feel good. I feel excited. I feel a little sad that Bihan is already growing up and, how things will be so different so quickly, but mostly excited because then I'm focusing on what God has for me and not what I used to have. I have this rule, this attitude and behaviors rule that I implemented in my studio. Never say I used to or I usually ... because this kind of mindset has you going backwards and it doesn't make you think about what's happening right now. Because what's happening right now is the reality. We can't say, oh, well, I used to be able to play piano for like 3 hours. Like, okay, well, what is that going to do for you except make you sad that now you aren't playing for 3 hours every day, well, I usually have this down pat, but I guess today I don't know what's going on. Well, usually isn't right now, because right now you didn't get it. So what can we do right now about this situation? And that rule I've had to implement over my experience as being a piano teacher. Just, attitudes are really important when you learn piano. And so at the same time, I've learned to implement that in my daily life as well. When I am thinking about anything and I say, oh, I used to be, oh, whoops, Miss Hannah, don't be saying used to. You have to change it to the reality is this happened or this is what's going on. What can I do about it now? And that's where I am right now. I'm at the what can I do about it now? I can enjoy this life with my son. And I don't know if you can hear him, but he's going nuts. I guess he's enjoying it. He's getting to dessert. But I can enjoy my life with my son. I can enjoy my new life with my husband about, being parents, this sweet, tender time of being parents together and, relearning what that looks like for us. And I can enjoy my time of just rest, I guess, rest in music. And very soon I'll hit play again. And then I'll be able to start up and do the things that I know bring me joy. But right now, I'm just kind of slowly finding what it means to be a parent. My biggest takeaway for this episode is that when you have a huge life change, just know that life isn't coming to a halt. You're just hitting pause right now. And very soon you're going to hit play before you even know it. And I just want to give that to you all as an encouragement, right? Yeah, so if you've enjoyed this episode, please go to the podcast and listen to some of the other episodes here. Like I said, I wasn't really able to do Octobers, so we're getting Novembers now. But stay in touch, and listen to the December episode, and we'll get to know each other soon enough. So thank you all for listening to Music, Marriage, and Motherhood. Have a wonderful day.